Hi everyone. Get this up here. Making sure doing a quick sound check. Did some more rearranging. I've wrapped the lights around here. Tried to put it in a way where it's not touching the books because the lights aren't. Hi everyone. Yep, there's the sound. The lights aren't like hot to the touch, not like the Christmas lights that I grew up with, but I still want to be careful because heat and paper equals fire. And the last thing, the last thing I want is to go viral because I caught my streaming stuff on fire. It's like those idiots that set up fireworks in their bedroom, and what makes me mad is they make more money doing that than I do working a hard, honest living at my in real life job. But yeah, I wrapped the lights around here to give lightning some more ambiance. I framed this diamond dot that my friend did for me. And then I've got the picture that I swap out every now and then. We're doing some Final Fantasy X themed stuff. We got the PS3 Final Fantasy X, 10.2 HD remaster. I got Yuna up here. I gave her a little bit of a tan in this picture for some reason. And then so we got Yuna and Tidus right here. In fact, let's make it a little bit more Final Fantasy X-esque with some blues. Right? Or should I do it's dark blue? This one here. There we go, that's good. That's really good. I like that. I don't know why. It's like on camera, there's like a water effect, which I don't see that. Huh. Which is ironic because these lights are supposed to be used for, well, their market is being able to be used in a pool. But of course I found a different use for them. So now we got the abstract of red versus blue. Which I think blue is a common color for Final Fantasy X. Even got my keyboard, which also glows blue. But I hope everybody's having a good evening. Not sure I'm gonna look how long I'm gonna scream. How long am I going to scream tonight? So we'll see. Teleport to Horizon and to walk to Thanlin. So my beautiful fiance just informed me that the reason that they're doing the water effect is because of the frame rate. Which I think it's funny that it's happening to the light down here and up here, but not the globe up here. Huh. And I can't say this enough. I appreciate her lending me her Mac so that I could do this. Can't believe I used to try to like stream on my laptop while playing on it at the same time. And that's why, like, when you look at my early video, like the first 20 some, the game will just all of a sudden cut out. And I've thought about getting a new laptop because the one I play FF11 on, it's funny. It plays Final Fantasy 11, you know, an MMO just fine. But if I'm like video editing or trying to write, it'll sometimes just freeze. And it doesn't always do it, but it does it often enough where I'm just like, this is not ideal and irritating. I don't know why, because it's like, it's not like I went on the dark web with it and it got a virus. I mean, all I would ever do with it is edit videos, post them, do the occasional Google search, but I guess it's like, I guess Google is just that dangerous. But there's also like, some people think that with computers, what happens is after they update so much that the companies start purposely making them work slower, so that way you're forced to buy a new one. And I used to think that that was kind of like poppycock, but they might be onto something. Or it's just, I guess, your computer gets so many updates that it that just stops running as well, I guess. It is ironic with like the water effect. It's like there's, you know, water is a constant theme in Final Fantasy X. I always want to spell her name with 2 L's for some reason. While you were tending to business in Thanland, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends, the Sylphs. An individual fitting Labre's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. The sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the self-same area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up Labre's trail once more. Neuraxia can furnish you with the details? Furnish you with the details? Pray speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Cade. She does care. Oh, it's just up here. Walking One is to investigate Sinister One, then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with the Walking One in the Ashcrown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a digging one named Madroid had an encounter with a scary masked one. This masked one is most certainly a Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One Madroid. Digging One is to be found at the Fallgourd float in the North Shroud. Alright. It's a little bit of a hike, but that's okay. 531. Off we go. Just earn some points. Oh, I'm stuck. Uh-oh. Really? I can clearly fit through there. The game won't let me. There we go. Ooh, that looks ominous. Got thunder too. Fall-gourd float. Oh, I got XP for discovering this location. Awesome. Alright. Bedraud. Please leave me be. I am not long for this world. I looked death in the face. 'Tis only a matter of time before he comes looking for me, just as he came for that poor woman. The droid is clearly traumatized. Perhaps if you were to soothe him, he might remain calm long enough to hold a conversation. Alright. As long as... Yes. That's how you soothe somebody. You just should take a chill pill. You're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul for his realm. What? You're investigating the same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Aye, anything to ensure that we won't have to suffer Bedraud's hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork, that's what I wanted too. Wait, been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventure, and it's the least I can do to repay her for comforting me. I mean, all I did was go like this. Well, if it was that easy to quell what aids people. So I'm going to have my loved ones do the next time I'm like, work, man. I got stiffed 4 times in a row that they're just going to go like this. So, here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Lovely. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. That's why some folks are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer's that simple. For the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of these creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths. Okay. This is so ridiculous. Alright. find Ziz. Alright, you ugly dinosaur thing, let's go. Got him. Oops. Was easy enough to accomplish. Yeah, I was telling a friend of mine at work that I was working on finishing A Realm Reborn, which is the base game or story, I should say, in Final Fantasy XIV. And they're like, "Well, are you gonna upgrade to the full game?" And I was like, "I don't know. So I'll make that decision once I get to the other two expansions, because I Heaven's Word." And I believe Shadowbringers, at least the next two expansions are free. They're included with the free trial, so I might as well do those first before I decide if I'm going to continue on playing the game. You've already seen the Ziz. Good work, adventurer. So you were able to find aught to suggest that these creatures are culprits? Nothing? Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. Okay. There's something else. I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I'd better watch myself, eh? Hee hee. Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor that's been going around. There's some as whispered that after each victim died, her rancor went into a great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. Rancor, like from Star Wars? This bears investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some fragments and I'll give them a gander. Okay. Some key items are used on areas rather than single targets. First, press the select button to access duty lists. Upon selecting the item and pressing A, glowing radius will appear on the ground that can be moved freely into a desired position before executing. Yeah, so like I was saying, I'd be much more down to do all the expansions of Final Fantasy XI first. The thing with 14 is it just doesn't really feel like a multiplayer game. Like, yes, obviously I see the other players running around, and I've very rarely had chats with them, but Final Fantasy XI feels like a community of people that help each other out, and there's still like reason to do quests together. The only time I've actually like played 14 with other people is when I do dungeon raids, and that's it. Like, I've not really interacted with people other than to wave, and even then sometimes I don't get much of a response. Okay. Something gonna pop out at me. But I think with 14 you have to have like a group of friends that you know in real life in order to really get the multiplayer experience. And even then, from what other people I've talked to that have played this game, is you still kind of end up going off and doing your own thing, which seems strange to me. But I don't know. I mean, if that's what MMOs are like I don't know if that's what World of Warcraft is like, because I played maybe 5 minutes of that in high school, if even that, because the computer I had couldn't handle it at the time. I guess it's possible that's what MMOs are like. It's just maybe people are just too antisocial sometimes, but I don't know if that's completely accurate either, because when I play FF11, there's a lot of communication. And it's like people that I've spoken to and talked to through the game, most of our conversations are about playing Final Fantasy XI and the various quests, and the only time it really goes off topic is like talking about other games in the series, and so I couldn't tell you what anybody in my link shell, like what their real names are. I kind of appreciate that, because then it's like it doesn't get weird or there isn't stranger danger. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 yams of the Rock of Rancor. Aye, it has a name, but what's a few vengeful spirits of the dauntless adventurer like you, eh? Huh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. 'Tis a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the vast stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and perfectly good fire stick. Oh well. Yeah, that does explain the flashing and moaning. There's something you should know. I have been keeping this to myself lest I worsen Madrud's paranoia, but I too have seen winged eyeballs. I cannot say whether it was a coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Bertrude's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened in a rocky area west of here, in case you had the mind to investigate. Okay. I do indeed. Oh, that is a fat chocobo. All right. Wow. How about the... Easy enough. I have thought about giving other MMOs a try, mostly older ones, that my laptop could run. Meridian 30, I think is either Meridian 30 or Meridian 20, which is one of the first MMOs, and it's kind of like Daggerfall-esque as far as like its style. I've thought about trying that one. The player base is much smaller than what it used to be. I think I checked like to see like what the average player base, and it's anywhere between like 100 and 200 people at a time, whereas like one server of Final Fantasy 11 can be anywhere from 900 to 2,000. So, and then there's I'll have to watch the trailer for the channel at some point. But there's one that I thought looked really interesting called Chrono Odyssey that's coming out I think later this year, and I made the joke that it's the third Chrono game, you know, the long-awaited third Chrono game. Fourth, if you count Radical Dreamers. But I might check that one out because it's going to be on Xbox, along with everything else, I believe. The exception of, I don't know if it's going to be on Switch 2 or not. A monstrous Banamai appeared, and you slew it? That creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of Falrun. Really? I took him out in like 30 seconds. Intentional or no, you have done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? There's been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep, knowing that there is a killer at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. Been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt it was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Banamite. But you and I were moms apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with the Banamite at a very spot you claim to see that fiendish eyeball. Isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Calm down. Oh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be... Of course, there must be more than one of those buggers. It's so obvious. But then that means... Since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, then there must have been even more victims as yet undiscovered. Cool. I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventure. It is a pleasure knowing you. Don't talk like I'm gonna die or something. All is burned to know the truth. Some things are best left unknown. Lest you have forgotten, it was at the rocky area to the west I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There is a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. Reading the text aloud and doing like the sound effects of like people talking does make it a little bit more fun. Of course, I did that for 11 too. There's a little bit more expression when these characters talk, like at least for like the side characters. Well, not the side characters, like the civilian characters that aren't like in the main cast, like Lion in FF11 had a lot of personality, even though I think I've only ran into her maybe twice. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break to stretch my legs. I'll be right back. You know, always important to get the blood flowing when sitting for a long time, especially when you play video games a lot. let's get this chocobo on the road. Find this thing. Oh! There. So even though I probably don't need to dodge this guy's attacks, it's a good idea to get in the habit of doing such things. Well, definitely not an illusion or mistake, that's for sure. Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I might assist you with? Gods be good, not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the Central Shroud. While the masked stranger you seek do not seem to feature in any sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough, the creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end? No one can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them so as to notify their next of kin. This button, engraved with lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil. Or that of an organization, perhaps. Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. Good news is I leveled up. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. Seems like they make a lot of exceptions for me. I wonder if somebody's eventually going to call that out. I kind of doubt it, though. If I might make a suggestion, You may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mayun. Mayhap someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon this sigil. Let's make it happen. Despite who hurt this poor woman. I did not hit her. I did not. And I've not been back here in a while. A lot of people. Level 100. I thought 99 was the cap, but I guess I could be wrong. Ah, where my adventure began. Now where my adventure began. Good morning to you, Cade. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herbal tea. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body. Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize this lily sigil. You'll have to find the answer the old-fashioned way by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette or by the Aetherite Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes. Excuse me. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then. Show me what you caught. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by families of old. Though I cannot claim to know its sigil, however, I say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in the Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. There is a soul in Gridania who does. It would be Singold over there at the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a forename basis. This guy must be at the same point of the story as I am. Bernadette believes that I can help you? Well, that's a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist never you fear. But whether all comes to another matter, though, Now then, what would you require of me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button must certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to Gentry's ward, northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late there has been a man who is perpetually seated at a bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursendil. And I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon his breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. Can he tell me a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two? Got that one. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray leave me into my thoughts. The sigil of the Darnacor's family. How is it that you came into the possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman. Her face, was it marred in any way? I feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition: you promise to put an end to Milady's madness and free her from her torment. Okay. What's up, Ripley? Hold on a sec. My throat's getting dry. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Darnacors. During this time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amadine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may as well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed and she beheld a disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. So is this kind of like the plot to Eyes Without a Face? Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, till one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None amongst us knew where they came, these masked men, but... Now, when you say queer guests, do you mean strange? Or do you mean the rainbow flag kind? Milady believed that they would help her regain that which she had lost, so began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as the time went by. Eventually there came a day where my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed, and then proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It is Eyes Without a Face. Fell to me to dispose of her body. Okay, this is getting dark. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant as I was, but when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So, it was I left Hawk Manor, my home, for nigh of half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amadine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest as you swore to me you would. I did? She awaits you at Huck Manor, on the western edge of the central shroud. Go and do what must be done. I'll certainly try. This should be interesting. Hopefully she doesn't try to carve off my face. Face off. Let's make a quick stop. Ah! Oh, where'd he go? Oh. Ah! Retreat! Retreat! Oh, you're in trouble now. Where are you running? Oh, Oh, he's at full health. Oh, get out of there! Ugh. Run! Oh, is there two of them now? Oh, I gotta get out of here. Oh! Oh no! It's... Help! I thought I would have had that in the bag, but I guess not. I think I have an easier time with that one because it's easier to maneuver. I don't even know if I'm going to get XP from this, but I guess we're going to find out. GP, perception. Crushed him that time. So yeah, getting the bad breath off must have really screwed me. Go. Ooh, is this gonna be like a manor that's a dungeon? Sweet. While we're waiting for that, I'm going to refill my drink real quick. I'll be right back. Alright. Guess I could fight some stuff while I wait. I don't know if that'll still be charged once I go inside, but we'll see. Got him! Oh gosh, I'm like 4 levels above me, what the heck? Okay. Get out of here! Run! Run! Well, I tried. Awesome. Let's do it. Ooh, this is cool. Hawk Manor. Ah! You. Find the green key. Oh, they. Where you running? Where you going? Oh! Music's great. Shortcut? saw one person go in there, right? We were just up here. Find the yellow. Gosh, they just... Got the key. Find something. It's locked tight, huh? Are they able to cross that? Guess so. Let's split the party. I started to panic because I couldn't. Ooh. A tiny key. Another tiny key. I feel like a jerk. I got left behind. Ah, get out of there. Got him. Okay. I shall enter the flow. Okay, let's see. Good job, guys. Oh, hop it. Is this the lady that's been cutting people's faces off? Probably. I mean, other than being really pale, she doesn't look that bad off. Good old stock sound effect. Oh, get out of there! Ah! I can't go anywhere! Ah! Oh! You don't scare me with your stock sound effects. Oh no. I've been slowed. I got seduced and help. Woohoo! I gotta get her a new victory pose, or if that's even possible. So this is... Good job, guys. That was cool. I liked the whole mansion thing, though. Darkness has taken root within these halls. No, don't skip it. Sprung from the most unlikely of seeds, one cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. Is it the masked man? It is a pleasure to meet you last adventure. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal of light, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is that the strength of light is drawn. Heidelin chose well. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take a measure of your strength through Master La Brea. The task now accomplished, we take our leave of you. What, so you're gonna just run away? Very well, bringer of light. Made it sound like he was gonna try to take me out, but he's just like, see you around, I guess. 3 more levels and I can do Red Mage. I can speak. That was fun. It's probably my favorite dungeon yet, just because of the haunted mansion aesthetic. And finding the keys and stuff too, which has been regular with the dungeons, but this made it feel very Resident Evil-esque. And of course, when you have something that even remotely seems to mix my 2 favorite video game franchises, I'm all down for it. That's when the game is the most fun, is when you're running dungeons and duties with other players. Wrong direction. They were standing there the last time I walked through. You returned. What sights awaited you within the manor? What has become of Lady Amadi? You must tell me. So she went so far as to consort with devils. Would that I could have done more to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. I know not whether the masked men you encounter are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that they are the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe they have brought upon others. But who I am to speak of punishment. By my silence I allowed I know not how many innocent young women to die in unspeakable circumstances. It matters not wherefore, through misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both. I am abettor to a gross crime. I will surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they deem just. I only pray that the gods will have mercy on my soul. Oh, hey. So we're going to report back to Minfilia. Might as well bring some synergy to this stream. And then we'll probably call it a night for tonight. Let's begin the stream with Minfilia and end the stream with Minfilia. It's been so long since I've had a cutscene with actual voice acting too, that I've kind of forgotten. Like, she has a very like soft voice, but I don't know exactly, can't recall exactly what she sounded like. But what else? I'm curious to see if the expansions have. I've heard the expansions have a little bit more voice acting in them, so be excited to get to that. I mean, don't get me wrong, reading the game is fun, but 15 definitely spoiled me. I take a couple of screenshots so I can get a thumbnail for the video. That'd be a good one. Well, hold please. Welcome back, Cade. Full glad I am to see you safely returned. Tell me, how fared you on your sojourn to the Twelves Wood? Two of La Abrea's minions, and they sought to measure your strength by their own admission? The devils taunt us. It is beyond doubt then the Ascians have begun to move in earnest. Would that we knew to what end. Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It is clear to me now that we Scions are too few to protect the realm against the threat unaided. We must needs alert the three nations to the presence of the elusive enemy, and recommend that they heighten their vigil. There is no shortage of misery in the world that the Ascians might exploit. We have an arduous struggle ahead of us. Yet come what may, we must allow not ourselves to become lost to hope, for that is precisely what the enemy desires. We have gleaned all we can from the information available to us. Let us set this investigation aside for the present. Another matter has arisen that requires your attention. Let me know when you are ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others. Cool. Steel claws. Is that better than what I have? Nope, it is not. Well, I think that'll do her for tonight. Made some progress in the main story. What else is there to say? The dungeon was a lot of fun. I think that's when the game is at its best. I've said that multiple times, not just tonight, but other nights that I've played as well. As I know, I've joked about Minfilia being waifu material, but she's a good enough character. I think Thancred, who I met early on in the game, who's been kind of absent the past couple times, is probably my favorite character in FF14 so far. Yeah, he's a good guy. Hold on. Next time I play. But, yeah, not a bad night. I feel like we made some decent progress. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to comment on. I might be back as soon as Saturday. I might play a little bit Saturday night. But at the latest, I'll be back Tuesday night playing more FF14. But, my middle light died. Yep. I think that's really about it for this evening. Never sure how to end these things. I'm also just tired. But thank you for anybody that tunes in, past, present, and future. I appreciate it, and I hope that at the very least, people that come across this find this entertaining. I feel like I get better each time that I do this, and I really do. I mean, I've enjoyed it from the beginning, but I feel like the more comfortable I've become with just talking and just speaking what I'm thinking of, I think that I get more and more comfortable with speaking while I'm streaming, even if there's nobody in chat saying anything. At least I at least like to feel like there's a conversation going on with people that might watch this in the future. And it is strange to think that there might be people that will do that, because there are people that do that. It's like I don't watch a lot of streaming of games in particular myself. However, it's not unheard of for me to dabble a little bit, because sometimes what I like to do is when I'm playing through a game and I see a streamer whose personality I like playing the same thing, I was like, oh, how did they react to this part? Or if there's a game I'm interested in playing, I'll watch them play for a little bit to see if it's a game I might be interested in, because I think that a game needs to grab you within the first hour, in my opinion. Some games don't. When I say grab you, I feel like it needs to present what it's about, but there are some games that don't get interesting until much later on. But I feel like if you get a gist of what it might be like, because games are getting more expensive as time goes on. We got the Xbox and PlayStation games are $70, and then Nintendo will are selling theirs for $80 to $90, and that's not even including the special editions, and I'm sure that Xbox and PlayStation are. It's just a matter of time until they up their games to also $80 to $90. And I think that if you are going to ask for people to pay that price, it needs to be worth it. Don't have your game come out and have it be half finished or worse, not functional. There's no excuse for that in this day and age. And it is cool that games can be patched and all that jazz. But I don't think that's an excuse for, we'll just fix it later. But yep, I've gone on too long already. But thank you for watching.